The Denver Nuggets are my favorites to come out of the West and win the NBA championship this year, and I know that the Oklahoma City Thunder just won it all, and they're running it back with the exact same roster. However, keep in mind they got taken to 7 games by a Denver Nuggets team that had a banged-up Jamal Murray, a non-existent Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon was basically unavailable in Game 7. He toughed it out, but he was not himself. They had little to no bench, and now they come back. They trade MPJ in a first for Cam Johnson, a guy that will definitely level up alongside of Jokic, getting easy passes, easy looks all day long. They bring in Bruce Brown and Jonas Valanciunas and Tim Hardaway Jr., 3 new bench players, so they have, instead of an 8-man rotation, this year they're going to have a 10-man rotation of legitimate NBA players. This Nuggets team is scary good, and they will even have some more depth pieces behind that if they really need to when injuries hit, but of course, they're led by the best player in the world, who could legitimately have like 5 consecutive MVP awards if it wasn't for voter fatigue, because last season was his best season yet. He's won 3 MVPs and he didn't win the MVP. So led by Jokic, of course, that gives you an edge over anybody, and then they turn Michael Porter Jr. into Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., Cam Johnson, and now Jonas Valanciunas is officially locked in as a Nugget. They've got a squad. They go 10 deep, maybe even 11 deep, and they turn MPJ's $38.3 million contract into Cam Johnson. First off, now they did have to send out a first-round pick to get Cam Johnson with Michael Porter Jr., but Cam Johnson is making about $21 million a year, so that takes off about $17 million that you free up to then go out and get Jonas Valanciunas, who is going to make $10.3 million next year and should not be going overseas, at least at the time of this recording. Bruce Brown, who next year will make $3 million, got him on the minimum. Heck of a steal right there. And then the front office also convinced Tim Hardaway Jr. to come play for a championship and come in on a 1-year veteran minimum deal to make $3.6 million next year. Taking a look at the depth chart now, with Jamal Murray at the point, Christian Brown at the 2, you slide in Cam Johnson to the 3, Aaron Gordon at the 4, and Jokic at the 5. That's a championship caliber starting lineup. And then you look at the bench, because depth wins championships in the modern NBA. Bruce Brown, Julian Strawther, hoping he takes a leap, Tim Hardaway Jr., Peyton Watson, Jonas Valanciunas. You also have Day'Ron Holmes II, who is an absolute stud and is a real sleeper, because remember, the Nuggets traded up 6 spots to get him. They traded 3 second-round picks to go up and get Day'Ron Holmes, who is 6'10" with a 7'1" wingspan and does stuff like you just saw in that clip, hitting a spin move into a full jelly fam layup. 20.4 points a game in his junior season at Dayton, 8.5 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 2.1 blocks on 54% shooting from the field, 39% from 3 on 2.5 attempts. You will get to see some of him in the summer league, and he's got like a cross match of an old man game, but it's also got some of that modern big man tendencies. Like right here, he sees the double coming, spins out of it, and then the next thing you know, he's hanging from the rim. Or on this one where he just hits a massive hop step into a fadeaway jumper from the free throw line, can pull up from deep like we talked about, and yeah, the depth of this team is going to be really good this year. Now let's talk about the new acquisitions. First off being Cam Johnson, who coming in from Brooklyn is coming off really a career year. Had career highs in 2 of the 3 major categories, and he can do stuff like that. He's no MPJ off the bounce, but he can still knock down shots off the bounce, and playing alongside Nikola Jokic, his stats will more than likely go up, because that's just what happens when you play with the best player in the world. 18.8 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and a steal last year. Career high in both points and assists, shot 48% from the field, 39% from 3 on over 7 attempts a game, played in 57 games, but of course he did get shut down towards the end because Brooklyn was tanking. He's 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan and can slide into that small forward spot with ease. I'm really excited for Cam Johnson in Denver. And then you've got the fan favorite here, Bruce Brown, who fans will like Cam Johnson. They're going to love Bruce Brown back in Denver. This was their guy. And then he left after they won a championship because they couldn't pay him. Last year, he averaged 8.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, 2.4 assists in 25 minutes per game as a backup on a team that was really tanking, so they didn't need him to play very well. You see the efficiency stats there, but he is still a good slasher, a decent three-point shooter that will work around Jokic, and you get Brown and Brown defense attorneys back in Denver, and I'd have to imagine Denver fans are stoked because, like I said, he was the fan favorite before ultimately he had to leave after winning that championship. Now he's back. He's younger than Russ. I'm not going to say more athletic, and Russ was a great energy bolt, but sometimes Russ was unpredictable. You know what you're getting out of Bruce Brown. Jonas Valanciunas, there was the whole saga about him going back overseas, but now it looks like him and Jokic are going to be a fantastic center duo. Of course, Valanciunas is 6'11", 265, so they're really going to wear opponents down in the paint, especially if you got to box these two dudes out for 48 minutes. That is going to be rough. Valanciunas averaged 10.4 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 2 assists last year, shooting 55% from the field and 22% from three. The fact that they were able to literally just trade Dario Saric and they bring this dude in is perfect. It doesn't look like he's going to go overseas. Now, if he does go overseas by the time this video is released, then that'll be unfortunate. But as of right now, Valanciunas is the backup center. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. as well, a microwave guy they can bring off this bench. Just another scorer that last year averaged 11 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.6 assists in 28 minutes a game for Detroit on a playoff team. 41% from the field, 37% from three. A guy that can come on and create for himself off the dribble. Can also fit in seamlessly next to Nikola Jokic and the starting guys because he can catch and shoot extremely well. That's the best part of his game. And can we talk about the job that the Nuggets did, taking their bench unit from this last year at opening night to this? I mean, we talk about such an improvement. You bring in guys like Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas, and then you also have guys like Day'Ron Holmes, Jalen Pickett even, as the 11th and 12th men. And then you can't forget Tamar Bates, who they got as a UDFA, which was fantastic value for a guy that I thought was a top 45 player in this draft class. And now for the whole trade Jamal Murray crowd, we need to address this, right? Because I really don't understand why you want to break up this duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, which has proven with the correct surrounding pieces they can win a championship. Jamal averaged 21.4 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1.4 steals per game this year, shot 47% from the field and 39% from three on 6 attempts per game. I don't understand why you would want to trade up or trade and break up a proven duo. This is one of the best pick and roll dribble handoff duos in the league. Jamal Murray flying off of a DHO from Jokic and knocking down a three ball. That's what we've all come to know beautifully, right? Jamal Murray, yes, he's on a 4-year, $208 million deal, which is why I could see some Nuggets fans wanting him gone. But you got him, you got Jokic, build around them, and you can win a championship. Last year in the playoffs, he was not the problem. 22.5 points per game, 5.5 assists, 5.2 rebounds, on 45% shooting from the field, 38% from three. He's a guy that can absolutely light you up like he did to the Clippers when he dropped 45 on them. He's a guy that needs to stick around. Now, we haven't even got to talk about Aaron Gordon yet, who is just phenomenal. Can't say enough about him and that Game 7 performance through a strained hamstring. Or Christian Brown. We haven't got to talk about him either. He's due for a big-time extension next offseason, and it could be at the cost of some of these minimum contract guys that the Nuggets brought in this year. But as for Nikola Jokic, this is a year he's got to go out and prove it, right? This might be his best chance to get that second championship in Denver alongside of Jamal. As long as injuries don't hit, I don't see how this team doesn't win an NBA championship because they are stacked. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.